Hey, welcome to my garden again. It's August 11th, and still no rain. So July we had a lot of rain, which was great. Helped things get, off to a good start for summer. We haven't had rain in a couple weeks, so it's been a little dry. So as you see, I got one of my sprinklers going. Because I don't have irrigation. I don't necessarily believe in it because not everything wants water. Some things are more drought tolerant, and you wind up giving water in the hot summer becomes a problem because you get either root rot, crown rot. So I will usually spot water like this. Well, actually, usually I spot water by hand. But in general, the lawn's starting to look a little peaky, and generally the gardens are dry. So I needed a water over here tomorrow. But one of the great plants that I found is this is a hot lip salvia. So technically it's a perennial. We'll see. I have a couple of these. I love them. The hummingbirds are all over them. So you get the white and red flowers combination. This is mature height. It's supposed to be, 3 by 3. So we'll see if these come back. Not sure. If they don't, that's fine. One of my helpers. You can see even one of my peonies is a little droopy. And my one Joe Pyeweed. They droop a little. You can see, let me go around. See how the leaves are on this one? They're more vertical, more horizontal, and a little more taut. This one, you can see the leaves are drooping a little bit, and it just needs some water. Some of my dahlias are finally growing. It's been a long road from dahlias this year. I don't know why. I brought them out at the same time they do every year. So yarrow, great plant. Love yarrow. If you look at my other videos, I have a lot of it. I have a lot of different colors. I have 11 different varieties of yarrow. The nice thing with yarrow is, it starts blooming late spring, mid-spring, depending on where you are. And then what you do is you see the leaves come up, the new growth coming up from below, and you chop down the yarrow to that point, and then it'll start reblooming. They all do. They will produce new blooms. There's my robin who chases me around the yard. She doesn't like when I go into the rose arbor. So here are some of my dahlias. This is a Prospero. It's a smaller dahlia. I need to probably move these next year, especially with the Joe Pyeweed. I don't think it gets enough sun here. And my yellow ones, I forgot what I'm trying to get through here. Well, this is the Sangria one, which hasn't budded yet. And then my Labyrinth dahlia, just not doing well. I don't think that one's going to make it. We'll see. I lost a couple. They didn't look that great when I took them out because I store them over the winter. and they just didn't look like they stored well. So I added a couple more Burning Heart false sunflowers. They're in the Heliopsis family. I believe the bunnies have moved on. I've only seen one of them for the last couple weeks. So they're leaving these alone now. Like here's another yarrow. Yeah, so you get the original growth in the blooms, and once they start dying back, you cut it down to the leaf structure, and it'll just start throwing new shoots out. You got all new buds. So I changed a couple things. I took a bunch of my Scabiosa out. I'm donating to my garden club. So I added ironweed, which is a native plant. So I put in a couple of these. There's two there. One I haven't put in yet because I haven't figured out where I want it yet. I'll sneak through the sprinkler. So here's the other ironweed I put in because I took out the Scabiosas. So these are my Tortuga turtle heads. And these are all starting to bloom. Now these are great. It's just a big cluster of like purplish pink, blooms. And I have a bunch of them. I have one down there. It's a late summer, fall bloom, which is what I try to look for my entire garden. I want something that blooms in the spring, summer, and fall. Here's another ironweed I put in. So this is a bluebeard, which will bloom now. So it's August, and you'll get these clusters of these blue flowers. They're fairly large, it's the size of a spirea. One of my irises are down there, but it'll be fine. I have some asters tucked in there too. They finished blooming. I have a little problem with my Beckies this year. I may rip them out. They just started falling apart in the center, which they have a tendency to do. But we'll see. So all of my milkweed and my butterfly weed have been potting. So I've been cutting those off because I want more blooms. The Spigelia will just keep reblooming for you. There's another great one. This is the Raging Cajun. So there's a little less red. So all you do is to deadhead it. Here's an old spent bloom cycle. You just cut it right above the leaves, and it'll throw out another shoot. It'll just keep reblooming all summer. So the magic here is I'm a big user of Espoma products. One, because they're about 40 minutes away from me. Their factory is in New Jersey. I get this from my local garden center. And everything that they have is organic, whether it's their fertilizers, whether it's their soils. They have granular fertilizer, they have liquid fertilizer for like indoor. The only thing with like any other company, a lot of things are marketing. I love the Land and Sea mix because it's got the lobster and crab meal. But some of the fertilizers it's all marketing. You have to take a close look at it. That basically a lot of them are very similar. and they'll charge you extra for very exotic varieties. So let's talk about deer. That's basically what happened. They have chewed down my Montauk daisies. That one I'm deciding I'm going to take that one out. It's too big for that spot. Some more of my dahlias. Yeah, this is the same one. I don't have that other one, the yellow one tagged. This is a Kelvin floodlight. That's what it was. I'm trying to remember. I knew it was Kelvin something. There's the 9-10 inch dinner plate yellow dahlias. I put in another hibiscus, needs water. It goes really well with I have the red one, I have the pink with the dark center, and these are the light pink with the dark center. It's called Dark Mystery. But coming through here, deer. They're just chewing down my Montauk daisies. They've cut off about, as you see on the sides compared to the top, they've cut off probably a good 6 inches. So it's a little late because usually, I cut these back in June. So you cut them back about a third, and it gives them enough time to regrow and pump out the buds for the September bloom. It's middle of August. I don't think this is gonna bloom. So we'll see. But yeah, the deer have been doing a nifty job of things around here. So one of my favorite butterfly bushes is a Black Knight. Is just fantastic and one of the more fragrant butterfly bushes. What's it gonna show? Oh, so there's a couple things. You got the obedient plant. So they're starting to bud because this is a late summer fall bloom. When they come up, I'll show you why they're called obedient plants, because you can actually manipulate the blooms. You can bend the stalks and it'll stay in those positions. That is why they're called obedient plants. A lot of people have always asked me that. Not much has changed here. Coreopsis still, the Zagreb Coreopsis are still blooming. That's why I love Coreopsis. You don't have to deadhead them. Even if you do, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't help it or hurt it. These, if you look back a couple weeks ago, is the electric neon V-bomb. They're 2-3 feet, but if you deadhead them, you get all new blooms. That's the trick with many plants. You have to spend the time. So over here, I rearranged some stuff. So my coral fuchsia. So I had 3 yellow ones, and I had 2 orange ones. The orange ones died immediately. So I don't know what the deal is. And they were right next to the yellow one. So it's not the soil. It's not, they were getting the same fertilizer, the same soil, the same water. So I moved, that one was over here. So these are all a variety of Amsonia. These are the storm cloud Amsonia, which these are all spring blooms, spring and summer. And it's a bluish tone bloom on both of these. These are the string theory Amsonia. the cool thing about the string theory one is in the fall they turn gold. So the whole plant turns gold. So it's like the plant's lit up. I had these before in other gardens, so I figured I'd try them over here. They're good for sun to part sun. This gets like weird sun, so we'll see how they do. My donation is still my donation. The deer are just destroying my zucchini and my bush beans. But I figure if I donate these so they could eat them and leave my stuff alone, fine. But apparently they're not. They're not leaving my my Montauk daisies alone. Everything back here is pretty much the same. Struggling with a few corbels or heuchera or whatever you people want to call them. A little bit of a combination of lack of rain and something digging them up. I keep having to replant a couple of them. I had to replant this one because something dug it out, or literally ripped it out of the ground. It was a forever purple one. Because most of my corbels are fine. I have another one I had to replant back here. Is a berry smoothie. Was completely dug out. So I don't know. It's not a chipmunk, and I don't think it would be a squirrel, so I have a feeling it's a deer. And then some of the other ones are just, I don't know if it's just a lack of rain, they just don't like it, but certain varieties are doing very well that I have. Some just are not happy. So I need to change them up, but I'll wait till spring. My grape hyacinths are coming back. This is the time of year, all of a sudden you see these shoots coming up with a little variegation to it. Those are grape hyacinths. We have them everywhere. So that's our garden. It's a bit of a struggle this month with the temperatures haven't actually been that bad. It's actually been in the 80s the last couple of weeks. It's just the no rain. The pedestal, what happens with these bell petunias, they get straggly, they get very leggy. So I went up, come around here. So there's my scabioses I'm donating. Corbels, those are Tokyo corbels. So I have these super bells. I got 3 different colors. These are the Coral Sun, Tangerine Punch, and yellow. Yeah. So I'm going to plant those in a pedestal in the center of the garden. While I'm here, tomatoes are still pumping out tomatoes. I trimmed them all back. I'll just keep pushing out tomatoes. They probably won't be as big. My cucumber plant's dying. Still can't figure that one out. Peppers are punching them out. I just trimmed back all the runners on my strawberries, and we're getting more strawberries. Still waiting for, because these are the Eversweet variety. The other ones haven't produced anything yet, so we'll see. And my eggplants are getting bigger, so soon we'll have some eggplants. But yep, that's oh, here's funny. So the one of my, I love these. It's in the petunia family. And last year I had, well, actually this spring I had pansies. I guess I missed one. So, but yeah, everything's doing well. Just needs a lot of water. The couple new plants I got to put in. But like, you know, the butterfly weed, you know, if you snip off, see if I think I got them all. There's a seed pod right there. That'll turn into a seed pod, probably about 2-3 inches long. If you cut those off, it'll just keep pushing blooms out. Because I don't want them to reseed themselves. Because then that just causes a huge problem. You know, because they will get out of control. They're just like milkweed. But yeah, this is our gardens. If you got any questions, let me know. I try to go over a lot of different varieties, like, you know, the hot lip salvia, and like my videos, subscribe. If you got any questions, you know, or suggestions, let me know. I try to cover as much as I can, and enjoy the gardening. Thanks for watching.